Welcome, 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 welcome to the live. Welcome, welcome to the live. Welcome to the Inner Mileage Live. Today, we're going to be talking about how narcissistic abuse is your initiation, the spiritual initiation to your purpose. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Greetings wherever you are. So glad you could join. Welcome. Welcome. Today we're talking about how narcissistic abuse is your initiation to your true path and why there's nothing to fear with narcissistic abuse. That's what we're talking about today. How narcissistic abuse is your initiation to your true self. You see? Greetings, greetings. Welcome. This is what we're talking about today. The spiritual initiation. Greetings from Seattle. Hello, Lotus Vibes. It's me, Breezy. Welcome, everybody. Welcome, welcome. Welcome, welcome, welcome to the live today. Welcome. I'm all Makar. That spiritual initiation lasts forever. Violet, greetings, greetings. Love South Africa. Love South Africa. Welcome. So the focus today is to talk about how narcissistic abuse initiates you to your true spiritual calling. That's a bit of a flip on what's usually talked about when it comes to narcissistic abuse. But we're talking today about why you have experienced narcissistic abuse. Yes, why narcissistic abuse is your initiation to your true spiritual path and powers. So I'm glad you're here. And just to start, I want to clarify that if you've ever experienced narcissistic abuse, if you've ever been in direct communication with narcissists, whether they were intimate partners, people you worked with, people in your lives, and it seemed to happen forever and ever and there was no end, there's a reason for that. And the reason is that your narcissistic abuse was initiation into your spiritual paradigm. In other words, there's no way you inhabit your true spiritual authority without being initiated through narcissistic abuse. So if you've experienced narcissistic abuse, all that abuse was doing was preparing you for the great power, spiritual power that you're walking into, particularly in these times. I mean, look at the news story today. And if you're not hearing about the fires in Ghana or Kenya, the fires in all over California, you know what that means. You don't need me to say it. So why did you go through narcissistic abuse, and how is it that you're waking up at a time when most of the world is going to sleep? And that's because you experienced narcissistic abuse. And this message is not for everyone. It's for a specific person. But you experienced narcissistic abuse because this is the only way the universe can get your attention and test you to see if you're fit for purpose to lead whoever's assigned to you to the light. So narcissistic abuse was the darkness that forged your light. You would not be a light being today without having gone through narcissistic abuse. And the purpose for the narcissistic abuse was to reveal to you how much light you have, how much value you have as a person. Hello. And this is why all the narcissists in your life were focused on trying to gaslight you about your value, because they could already see the light you had. And this narcissist included your parents, includes your spouses, your boyfriends, your girlfriends, your fiancés. And all these people came into your life because you signed a soul contract before coming to this plane. Because remember, you existed before you were in the womb. Where did you come from before you went into the womb? So that's where you made that contract. And you knew that the only way you would really discover the truth of who you are is to go through very wicked experiences that will be so destabilizing and so painful that you inevitably wake up to your truth. Exactly, Lotus Vibes. And the only way and this is why narcissistic abuse you've experienced seem to increase with intensity over the years and over the years and over the years. Because without that intensity, you would not have woken up from the suffering. And you woke up from the suffering because you refused to become the suffering. And because you refuse to become the suffering or like the abusers, you earn the right to call yourself an empath. Because an empath is a person, a being who remains empathic despite dealing with circumstances that destroy empathy. And the highest form of abuse you can experience that destroys your empathy is the abuse of narcissism. Do you see what I'm saying? And so when you experience narcissism and narcissistic abuse, you realize that you are in direct communion with the highest ranking demonic energy that there is. I said it because I speak with full authority on this, saying that when you read all the academic information on narcissistic abuse, you realize that it's not simply a psychological disorder, hence narcissistic personality disorder, because the disorder ends with no diagnosis or real prognosis of how to deal with it. This is how you know you're dealing strictly with the spiritual realm. And the battle fought against narcissists is largely in the spirit, because you don't imagine how evil and how incredibly intelligent these narcissists are. And you may be asking yourself, why did they target you? They targeted you because of the power of the light you carry. If you were just a regular person, an NPC, as my 16-year-old son will say, a non-player character, why would the narcissist care about you? The narcissist cared about you and targeted you because you are a high-value target. And you are a high-value target because of the vibes and the energy that you carry in you before you incarnated into this space. And you incarnated in this space to pay your karmic debts so you can walk fully in your purpose without looking to your left or to your right. Because when you pay your debts and you're debt-free, that's how you get into a place of freedom, which is why narcissistic abuse and the waking up from narcissistic abuse is waking up to your true liberation and freedom. Am I talking to myself? Somebody talk to me. Somebody say something. Because the purpose of narcissistic abuse is to metaphorically dim your light, metaphorically destroy you. Exactly, dim your light, Map Crew Mom, so you do not become the full embodiment of the divine in you. And the purpose of all of this is because the divine, which is one, has hidden itself in 8 billion people as a Rubik's Cube to see if we'll wake up and figure it out. And when one of us figures it out that I am not just this human being, I'm a spiritual being, I am, then the divine goes like, hey, I discovered myself. And you become a good cell that propagates goodness on this plane. That's the purpose of being an empath, to be a lighthouse. And a lighthouse is only useful in the pitch darkness. And look at around you. We are in pitch black. Why do you think I'm dressed like this? Black is fire and power. So you are in it. Exactly, Global. It's simply an elementary, which is why it's not easy. And that's why the New York Times is written at the 4th grade reading level, Global. You see, marriage to bipolar spouse. I'm so sorry. You set yourself free after 29 years because you realized that this was an initiation. So you went through this generational curse, which was designed to kill your spirit. So you do not wake up at this time when the world is going into darkness. And remember, darkness is a prerequisite for light to shine. Do you see what I'm saying? So you woke up. You woke up because you were supposed to wake up. And you were supposed to wake up to the reality that the world is not the way you thought it was, that the world is largely spiritual. Everything is spiritual. Let me prove to you how everything is spiritual. Everything around you and I is a thought. The phone I'm using is a thought. My desktop is a thought. I am a thought. This live is a thought. Everything around you is a thought. So thoughts become things, which is why the narcissist gaslights you to becoming the demon in your mind against yourself. Because if you think bad things about yourself, what would you do? Create bad things. Because they know if you are left to think the good things in your mind, you will create heaven on earth. Is there any point in trying to use your light to help the narcissist out of their darkness? Sakara rings, absolutely not. All you're supposed to do is shine your light, and those who are assigned to you will come to you for help. And then those who see you shining your light give themselves permission to shine your light because they see you shining your light. Now, the trap of trying to help the narcissist is going back against your spiritual initiation. Because the only purpose a narcissist had in your life was to enable you to wake up to the truth that you are a spiritual being having a human experience, not a human being having a human experience. Your spirit wears this avatar. You see, and this avatar is animated in the way I'm speaking to you because the spiritual vibration inside me is get the message out. And I want to hug you and look you in the eye and tell you that your abuse was initiation. SNY, my husband is a narcissist. I'm so sorry to hear that. Matt Crew Mom, no one believes God told me my assignment was over. Exactly. I'm on my card. The spirituality in essential means walking the path of non-duality. Oh, that's such a brilliant point. See, when you wake up from narcissistic abuse, you move from separation, which is duality, to non-duality, realizing unity consciousness or Christ consciousness, or oneness, or one love, that there is only one. There are 8 billion stories of one. That is the trick, that there's only one. I am you and you are me. We are one. Now we have our micro stories, which is what this avatar has experienced over the number of years I've lived, and you have your avatar. But when you go beyond those stories, the story is only one, and that story is love. And it's not love that the narcissist wanted to kill by putting you up by this extreme abuse of spiritual slavery. Global, without the burden of other people's problems, one has space in their lives to fill with love and joy. Exactly. And when you're filled with love and joy, it spreads. And then this is how the new earth is created. The new earth, the fifth dimension, is a frequency. It's a way of thinking, a way of feeling. You see, this is what happens. You see, don't worry, you got it. Is there any point in trying to use? I already answered that. Let's see. Nirvana vibes. That's exactly it. Preacher's kid. I kept turning the other cheek until I almost lost my beautiful self and my beloved. Exactly. Because that's the trick. That is the trick. The trick is to make you passive. A passive passenger when you are the all. You are the writer, director of your own script. And it's not until you wake up from narcissistic abuse that you see it. Operating 100% mode instead of a heavy debt mentally to still a drama. That's exactly a global, because you realize that narcissistic abuse was the medium for you to pay off your karmic debts. Remember, the only reason you came back to this planet is because you had unfinished business, which is why you didn't descend to a lower realm. You came back here to finish your business so you don't have to come back. You ascend. Am I going too far? You got to tell me, keep me in check. Please keep me in check. One source of love, many life forms, Lotus vibes. That's exactly it. And Map Crew Mom, it wasn't your job to fix him, and that was the scam. That was the scam, to make you feel dependent so you try to fix them, because they know that the only way to hook you is to hook you with your empathy. And your empathy gives them supply, which is why it is spiritual slavery. And the whole objective of waking up from narcissistic abuse is to realize that your slavery leads to freedom. Your slavery is a debt you paid for all the wrongs that have happened in your lineage, so you can be free to just be and manifest and align. Your narcissistic abuse was not simply about becoming wiser and more self-loving. No, your narcissistic abuse was to wake you up to the spiritual truth of your purpose. To be a light being in the midst of all the darkness in 2025 and beyond. Violet, that's true. The devil ultimately steals time. Hence, the Bible says, I restore you to the years the locust stole from you. Please say that again, Violet from South Africa. Tony Tonray, you got it. One develops an indifference and passivity to the toxic energy. This energy is absorbed. Yes, in fact, and the job is to move from indifference to detachment. Because when you're detached, you can observe skillfully without judgment. And the ability to observe without judgment is proof of your spiritual ascension. Tony, why I say brainstem, blossom, rasta, give thanks to the Almighty Yahweh. You understand? I was just responding to someone, then sometimes we have multiple conversations. So this is what happens. That narcissistic abuse was simply initiation to wake you up to the truth of who you are. And the truth of who you are is you are a powerful light being that is directly connected to source. And if you knew how much you were chosen by source, you would be in constant thanksgiving and praise. You would always be excited. And when you're excited and you're chanting a psalm, you cannot be reached by the narcissist. You understand? They can't reach you. They cannot reach you when your vibration is high and you're chanting a psalm every day. You hear that? Like my people, Steel Paws, are saying, chant a psalm a day. That you live in a place of constant praise. Because what you overcame with narcissistic abuse is not for the faint of heart. Voices crying, always in praise. When pressure drop, it cannot conquer dread, no. So blow away your blue sea feeling. This is Steel Paws. This is Steel Paws. You keep your vibration high and the narcissist cannot reach you, because the only way the narcissist can reach you is in hate. They just said it, that whosoever reap in tears shall reap in joy. Do you see what I'm saying? The narcissist and narcissistic abuse was spiritual initiation to wake up to your truth so you can chant a psalm all the time. Light a destination, the book of true life, you hold the key. Mystical powers to you on. I do this sometimes. I gotta vibe a little bit. Get behind me, Satan. Get behind me, Satan. Chant a psalm a day. I want to chant a psalm a day. I got to chant a psalm a day. I want to chant a psalm a day. They say chant a psalm a day, which is to be in praise. To be in praise. This is Steel Paws. Chant a psalm a day. You see? Now, when your vibration is this high, the narcissist cannot reach you because they couldn't break you. They couldn't break you. And that was the point of your spiritual slavery. The point of spiritual slavery was to prevent you from shining your light and living in your light. Your soul is dancing, beloved, because joy comes from within, not without. And when you're in a place of faith and thanksgiving, you cannot be afraid. You cannot be intimidated. You cannot be manipulated. Do you have to be alone? Yes, you have to be alone, Anjanette, because it is in separation that you develop a stronger relationship with your higher inner self. Otherwise, you'd be drowned by the noise from without. And you know that the hardest thing to do is self-knowledge. So if you're around people who don't know themselves, they're just feeding you more information on how not to know yourself. That's why on the spiritual path, a lot of us go through what's known as hermit mode. This is how spiritual it is, because hermit mode is where you purge yourself from the tentacles of gaslighting and love bombing. And you begin to chant a psalm and be happy within yourself for no reason except the realization that you were chosen to go through this difficult experience. It's like school. Each grade we learn more. Global. First grade, you thought you were the biggest and the baddest. And then you get to 12th grade and you're the oldest. And then you have to go to college and become a freshman. You're always learning. You see, this is what happens. And meditation, Barney, I meditate every day. Barney, and meditation Meditation is coming into true alignment with your truth and seeing the conditioning. Meditation is where consciousness meets conditioning, and consciousness begins to observe conditioning and see the tricks of conditioning. You see me? This is what happens. So you realize that all the abuse you experienced was simply to wake you up to the truth that you are a spiritual being having a human experience. And as you start to stabilize in that, you start to awaken the spiritual gifts within you. It takes time. And this is not a place of believing. This is a place of knowing. Because when you believe, you don't know. When you know, it means you've gone through direct experience to find out. And it's to be in a place of constant praise, constant gratitude, constant meditation. This is how you overcome narcissistic abuse, because it's all spiritual. Narcissistic abuse is designed to make you forget. You see, maybe this is too much truth. I just tell the truth. I won't insult your intelligence, because I don't like it when my intelligence is insulted. So this is for a specific kind of person. It's not for everyone. You see, so when you come into this place, because remember, when you are in the stress of narcissistic abuse, what was in your mind? Fear and worry. And when your mind is consumed with fear and worry, what do you create in your life? Fear and worry. And then you confirm it, and then now you're sort of a receptacle, a cycle of fear and worry. So when you come into a place of love, appreciation, gratitude, then your mind is in a place of gratitude, expectation. So you start to look for evidence that the world is good. And guess what? The world will give you evidence that is good. This is how you become an alchemist. You are the angel and demon at the same time. And narcissistic abuse wakes you up to the reality that there's no one higher than you. There's no one higher than you. No Dalai Lama, no Pope, no priest, no Archbishop. And here, I am reflecting to you your power. I am reflecting to you how powerful you are, Tony, Tonray. Global, our influence for a better planet is not seen as we're moving forward, repeating the spread of vibe. Everything is vibrations. Thank you, Lotus Vibe. This is what it's about. So when you wake up from narcissistic abuse, is to wake up to the nature of how reality really works. We are powerful creators, Dawn Marie. And when you wake up from narcissistic abuse, you begin to realize that the whole world functions under the spirit of Narcissos. To wake up from narcissistic abuse is to wake up from the so-called matrix. It's to wake up from your program. Because even Oxford University proved that this reality is a computer simulation. There was an organization at Oxford, which was largely funded by Elon Musk, called the Future of Humanity Institute. It was run by a man called Dr. Nick Bostrom, a Swedish man, who wrote a book called Superintelligence. And in that, what they found out is reality, the thing we live that we call life, is a computer simulation. This is a serious academic institution, you see. So it's about understanding what program is running and how you shift from being programmed to becoming a programmer. Doors and resources are open to me that I never thought in a million years would happen, beloved, because your mind is changing. You're no longer the demon in your life. You're now becoming the angel in your life. Can not be my twin flame pet base. The narcissist is always a karmic. So yes, they are a karmic twin flame in that without this narcissistic experience, you would not have woken up to the truth that you are an empath or an indigo or chosen, which is why there's a lot of gratitude, even though it sounds counterintuitive, that needs to be given to the narcissist in our lives, because the narcissist came to deceive us into believing that we're powerless, and in an unintended way woke us up to our true power. The narcissist woke us up to our true power. Do you see what I'm saying? That's how you're able to get to a place of fearing nothing. Because when you come out of narcissistic abuse, you start to lose your sense of fear. You see, you don't fear anything anymore because You have sat in the valley of the shadow of death. You have slept with these demons. You shared spaces with these demons. You trusted these demons. You told them things about you. And you're still alive? You are still alive after all that? Do you know how gangster you have to be? That's why I love this song by Saul, Fear No One. Listen. No, fear no, fear no, fear no. Fear no one. Fear no one. This is by Salt, S-A-U-L-T from the UK. Fear no one. You see, this is what happens to you after you come out of narcissistic abuse. Because narcissistic abuse brings you face to face with the things you feared the most. You see, you fear nothing. You're protected, Dawn Marie. Okay, you fear no one because you are the God on this planet, representing the divine because you are the creator. You see what I'm saying? Troy, I'm glad you love that song. You see, he's scrumming to find me, and I feel so strong because I've never looked back. You're never going back, beloved. That is power. That is power. You see? So this is about realizing that you woke up, chronology, raised by one, married to two. Oh, goodness. You just needed that education because your spiritual power was so strong, chronology. That's why you had to go, and you sound like me. No fear, no sorrow, only gratitude, Tony. This is the spirit that you wake up because you realize narcissistic abuse. If you're going through it now, divinely protected, Glammy can be. If you went through it in the past, thank you so much. If you're about to get out of it, is to realize that the only thing the narcissist wants to do is to kill your power. And you're so humble and nice, you don't even recognize your power. That's why you have the power. That's why you're not a narcissist. And that's why your power is going to help you. Yes, I'm on YouTube as well. Same name, inner mileage. Bonnie. 8 billion strong for a better planet global because 8 billion is one. You see, Aunt Jeanette Nicole, how did you know? I'm here because of all the suffering that I went through and saved myself from. This is not what I read in the book, although I have a PhD and I'm certified at the highest level, and I've worked a bunch of fancy blue chip places, Gates Foundation, Deloitte, World Bank. But my biggest qualification is that this lion went through the same abuse you did over and over and over and over and over again. And I is still here. Don't you understand? This is what it is. I'm reflecting your strength back to you. This is how strong you are. You're so strong, you had to go through this most intense initiation. And I'm saying this from a perspective of knowing some of you went through near-death experiences. A lot of you experienced SA. A lot of you experienced physical abuse, verbal abuse, psychological abuse, financial abuse. It's all slavery. And you are still here. No material tendencies. How you doing? This is what it's about. The Bedouin hypnotist. Got out almost 2 months ago, but I still wake up thinking about it all. And I haven't even gone back to where I live with her. Just sitting alone, my family says I feel numb. Exactly. You're going through PTSD, Bedouin hypnotist. So you need to tap into the power of the Bedouins. You see your name, the Bedouin. You know how powerful those mystical psychedelic Bedouins are? I'm trying to tell you something, Bedouin hypnotist. This is how you wake up. Because you went through this initiation because they didn't want you to express your power and your purpose. Because you are a lighthouse. You are a lighthouse, Neo. You said it. That's why his thing was called Prison Planet, Tony. What do you think Prison Planet means, Tony Tonray? What it is, man. So you're waking up from the most painful abuse is because you are coming to the place of your power and your rest. And the thing to overcome is the stories that your mind is telling you. How do you operate going forward? From a place of love and gratitude. Because if you don't embody love and gratitude, Montori, you're going to embody fear, depression, and sadness. And then as long as you're in the vibration of hate, the narcissist can reach you. You see, love does not mean the absence of hate. Love is a choice you make regardless of what's going on around you. Joy is choosing how you feel versus what the outside circumstances are telling you. Because what's in you is greater than what's outside of you. And Jill, one moment, it's okay to be angry. Anger is part of the process. You see, you go through anger, then you come through sadness, then acceptance. So I hope you're moving towards acceptance, because without acceptance, you remain angry. You are still subject to the conditions of the narcissist. Boss, of course, our goals are different, but we are empaths. Say more, Boss Tonic. Eventually, the bad times are rewritten as a love story because it's all love, Global. Because it's all love. Everything is love. You see, Violet, this is true. This is also why it's important to develop rituals from this experience. Gratitude rituals, a psalm a day, as you call it. Remind yourself that you're strong every day. That's the reprogramming. Because if you don't reprogram your mind, you're still living with the old program. And if you're living with the old program, then you are still resident to narcissistic abuse. So, by the way, anyone here on TikTok, if you want to bring your voice into the conversation, just invite yourself, and I can invite you to speak up if you want to join the chat. But this is what it's about. You see, it's about realizing that you went through narcissistic abuse so you could wake up to your spiritual authority. And by the way, waking up to your spiritual authority takes Montori, an example of love. Can I ask you, do you love yourself? I'm asking you a question, Montori. Do you love yourself? What's the answer? Honestly. So you just started it. That's the first example, Montori. Everything starts with you. Am I making sense? You're right, Map Crew Mom. Anger is necessary to keep you going back to that life. Because anger leads to acceptance. I love myself unconditionally after this experience. Dawn Marie, this is what the narcissist didn't want us to have, self-love. Because when we were with them, we were fragmenting ourselves. Masha, I used to love myself, then through abuse, all that got taken away. So take it back. Take it back, Masha. My dear sister. Take it back. What do you think? Pet base, I started using sports, quit smoking, healthy lifestyle. I love that. G-Man, what it is. G-Man, you're a true warrior. I follow you. I love what you do. You are a real warrior, an angel of the divine. You truly are. And I love your work. Celeste Stevens, I feel like I'd healed before from it, but then it started happening again. Now my brain feels awful. Yes, because you hadn't made a strong decision to break away from the past. You have to intuitively cut the cord and say, I do not consent to anything that does not heal me, respect me, or nurture me the way I see myself. This is what I did. That's the beginning of true self-love. Because when you love yourself, are you dependent on external circumstances to validate you? No, because you know the people you're seeking validation from also need validation. So why would you seek validation from people who need validation? That's the trick. Not all snakes hiss, short, petite love. You said it. You said it. You see? So we're just sharing. Joan, the narcissist, wants to keep deflecting blame and accept zero response for what they do. They're incapable of accepting. That's the hallmark of being a narcissist. And when the narcissist meets the Hyoka empath, that's you and I, it's the first time they face defeat, is why they experience a collapse. Because for the first time, their well-constructed false persona is now under threat. You see what I mean? So when you wake up from narcissistic abuse, is to wake up to the nature of the world and to realize that you woke up because you have overcome the enemy within, which means you've overcome the world. I'm trying to tell you something. Glammy Cammy, they will blame you for everything because they're committed to misunderstanding. That's the game they play. They're gaslighters numero uno. How can I save my children from the giants? Anjanette, your children are psychically attached to you. And if you have children with the narcissist, when you prioritize your healing psychically, that ends the trauma for your children. Because when you end the cycle of narcissistic abuse, it's to end this generational curse and cycle. You don't have to preach to them. You have to be an embodiment of healing. You see? I was sunshine and it was a dark cloud and he didn't like it. That's why he was with you, so he could steal your energy. One love, Boss Toxic. One love, one love, one love. Celeste Stevens, I feel like I'd healed before from it and then it started happening again. Now my brain feels awful because that it's trying to tell you that your boundaries were not strong enough. You cared enough. You just wanted to connect with them. Energy vampires. That's what they are. And when they plot and ploy, do they have a contingency plan when you strike back? They have a plan. Narcissists have a mitigating plan for everything except love and wisdom. The narcissist cannot fight you when you are in a place of wisdom, Majda. When you're in a place of love. And Majda, my sister in faith, when you lean on the Prophet Sallallahu from a place of love, how can a jinn get to you? I'm talking to you, Majda. Pet Bays, after he was seeing me, he always said, I feel better now. Because he was siphoning your energy. You see? Celeste Stevens, do you have any advice for ending trauma that did with my brain? I feel like my thoughts were not healed. Wow. Well, say more before I say anything. What exactly is going on with you, Celeste? What's going on? What's happening to you? Majda, I'm glad that resonates. When you stay in that place of the protection of love, the narcissist cannot reach you. This is why they will trigger you with hateful things, because hate will bring you off your throne of love, and that's when they can get you. And hate looks like frustration, lies, etc., etc. That's why the key thing to do with the narcissist is to remain unbothered. Kamala, all things work together for good. Narcissism makes you stronger. That's right. There's nothing bad. Everything is good. And you can embody this place when you realize everything is happening for you, not to you. You see? Please active forever, doctor, because many people always need doctor video. Oh, boss toxic. I appreciate you. Yeah, I really do. Unbothered wax, Nicola. Not for the nosy. The years of name calling and belittling makes it so hard not to be bothered, because the name calling and the belittling was a spell, a deliberate spell to make you forget your worth, not for the nosy. Don't you see the trick? Because abracadabra words are spells, mouth to ear. This is how spells are cast. Not some evil person over a cauldron going, no. It's those who we thought loved us, who say passive-aggressive things, who think negative things. Those are the spells. And the reason you feel unbothered is because you are still resonant to the witchcraft of the spells that they cast on you, not for the nosy. Am I making this up, not for the nosy? Let me know. Celeste, a lot of frustration and constant overthinking, intrusive thoughts that also arrive from trauma as well. You know, the best thing to do here is affirmations. And affirmations, you can play them throughout the day, but to make it less tedious, the best time to play affirmations is at night as you go to sleep, because what you're doing is reprogramming your subconscious mind. So if you have an affirmation that keeps saying, I am worthy, I am enough, I am worthy, I am enough, and you play it night after 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 night. You see what I just did there? You become the programmer. You're no longer programmed. So you use the same techniques that were used to program you to reprogram yourself for good. You see what I'm saying? Kamala, this is true. I came into this work environment, smart and vibrant. 6 years later, my soul was dull because you were surrounded by narcissists and NPCs who don't want to see you being an individual and shining. So what do? They knew you were the best, so they decided to play this Jedi trick to trick you. Glamby, Camby, yes, I play them while sleeping. I love it. I am worthy, Map Crew Mom. Yes, we are worthy. What do you think about healing frequency? You mean like frequency music? I love frequency music. Solfeggio frequencies, binaural beats, chanting music, gnawa music, gospel music, psychedelic music, jazz music, especially from Alice Coltrane, John Coltrane, people like Pharoah Sanders, Sun Ra. These are all music. G-Man, in the morning, I put on affirmations and listen to them laying down. That's exactly the spirit, G-Man. And you know a lot about this, G-Man. If you want to get on this live and say a few words, please do. If not, you can stay in the cut. You know, it's all good. Enya, of course. Enya is a spiritual warrior. This Irish goddess, she's got that Celtic magic. And I've been to Stonehenge. So I know about the Druids and the Celtics, Jeanette. They're very powerful energies, just like you find in ancient Egypt and all these other high vibrational cultures in the world. Yes, Enya, for sure. And all that Irish Celtic stuff, powerful, you see. So global closed eyes in the darkness has visions. That's right. You go from eyesight to insight. Eyesight, insight. Eyesight, insight. Outside, inside. External, internal. This is the game. Asleep, awake. Asleep, awake. You see what I'm trying to do here? Or am I just having fun with myself? Boss Toxic, how do we deal with the obsession of narcissistic or psychopathic people with ourselves? What do you mean? The obsession? The obsession is even a trap. The obsession is a trap. Why are you obsessed? Tell me more. Nicola, my husband has been out of the house for a week. He thinks it will blow over. The cycle is obvious. Well, congratulations to you, Nicola, because you found worth. And stay with this worth. And watch out for either the reverse Hoover love bombing or narcissistic rage, which is designed to intimidate you. They're both strategies. Don't fall for it. You see? So, Boss Toxic, let me just assume that I understand your question. And let me put it this way. When you defeat the enemy within, there's no enemy outside. When you defeat hate within you, it's impossible for hate to manifest in your life. Therefore, when you start to love yourself, you, of course, as a lighthouse, you attract all kinds, but the toxic people won't be able to latch onto you like they did in the past, right? Sakara Singh, psychological pain from unhealthy relationships, mass and physical pain tips. Somatic release, yoga, breath work, massage, deep tissue massage. All of these review Reiki. These are all somatic-based practices that can help you. Sakara Singh. Let me know if this is helpful. Nicola Barnes, the empath had a full open heart. Boundaries now. Smart. You see, that's the way you do it. That's how you defeat them. You see. So thank you, Boss Toxic. I hope this is helpful. So again, just to reiterate, waking up from narcissistic abuse is qigong. Exactly. I love that. You see, 100% say all of these taught me I have no self-love. See, the way to self-love is to realize there was no self-love. I love that truth and accountability, Kamala. Mark Crew Mom, thank you. Physical pain too from years of psychological. Of course, because there's a book titled The Body Keeps Score. That's just what happens. You see? He doesn't know what to do. I'm such an interesting headspace. Stay in that peaceful place. Let him unravel, Nicola. That's not your business. You see? That's not your business. So, folks, this is the message. The message is that narcissistic abuse happened in your life for decades and decades and decades, because that's the sentence you needed to serve to wake up to your spiritual authority in this now time, in the age of Aquarius. Not any other time, but this incarnation. In 2025, in the age of Aquarius, look at the news stories. This is why. Of course, your skin will look terrible due to stress because you're not well. You're suffering internally and externally. It's horrible. Skateboarding helped me cope with narcissistic abuse because you're free and in with yourself, Tone. That's what it's about. You see? So go be gentle on yourself and realize that your narcissistic abuse was simply an initiation. It's just like from medical school to your residency. And without that initiation, how could you call yourself an empath? How could you even relate to the topic of being an empath? You couldn't. You wouldn't, because it wouldn't be for you. But you have walked that walk to actually embody being this empath, because being an empath means that you've overcome the world. You didn't become wicked despite all the wickedness that you've experienced. You didn't become malign and malignant despite all the malignant things you've experienced. Help with financial anxieties, live fully and at peace. Even your financial anxieties are a trap, because the moment you start to think about financial anxieties, you start to worry. And when you start to worry, your mind seeks evidence of more worry, therefore more financial stress. And I'm speaking as somebody who has lost everything. Montori. G-Man, it's easy to love everyone else but yourself. True. When I used to love myself, I was told I was selfish because they knew your value, G-Man. They knew your strength. They knew the quality of who you are. You know what I'm telling you. You know this because I know you're an adept. So they try to make you something else, not realizing that you were a true warrior and you were a blessing in their lives that has now become a lesson, G-Man. Monterey, been there and coming up. I love that. Keep looking up. And by the way, you cannot be financially anxious when you're in a place of gratitude, even if all you have is a penny. Take it from somebody who's been there. Gratitude. You see, when you're afraid, but Molly says that's a prayer to the devil. So are you going to give in to the fear or acknowledge the fear and be in a place of praise? Whenever I'm thriving, that's when he creates conflict. Because, Nicola, he can't stand to see you shine. Thank you, G-Man. This is all it is. Martha Ellen, greetings from the UK. I've managed to get my husband's relation therapy, but he's not getting any insight yet. Advise around boundaries in the home, especially when the kids are present. You took him to therapy. It wasn't him. So you are projecting your good naturedness onto him. The thing to do is to stop doing and start observing, Martha Ellen. And when you become an observer, you see the game more clearly. And in observation, there's wisdom on what steps to take. And if I can be of help to you, Martha Ellen, you can book a free session at my website, innermileage.com. Total gratitude, but bills still come due. So with this attitude, you're going to see more bills, Monterey. Good luck. You see, because you are created it. I'm talking to you from somebody who's dealt with everything, bills and child support and all that. And I'm telling you that when you're in a place of your mind will begin to realize that the universe is conspiring with you, and you will take inspired action that solves your problems. You'll begin to manifest and take steps to manifest possibility. But if you want to admire your bills and stay with them and say this is bad, then you get more of that too. Sorry about the tough love, but that's the truth. The physical world becomes a spiritual world and vice versa, global. Martha Ellen, thank you. It feels like he's genuinely believing his own gods. No, he's not. He's hoping you would. That's the game. You see, he's hoping you would. So don't fall for the scam, my friends and my family. And know that you went through narcissistic abuse to wake you up to the non-physical world, to wake you up to, oh, Montari, thank you. I'm telling you, Montari, if you begin to tell yourself, say it with me wherever you are, Montari, I am abundant. Money is attracted to me. Money stays with me. Money heals me. I am grateful for money. I realize money is an angel in my life. I am abundant. Money is attracted to me, Montori. Do they know all you're doing? Nicola, you have no idea how intelligent these narcissists are. That's why they're committed to misunderstand. Everything with a narcissist is a chess game. And Machna said it best. They are scammers. You got it. So this is the message for today. Money loves me, Don Marie. Money loves me. He acts aloof. It's a scam. It's a game. He's more bothered than he's letting on. Don't believe the hype. Observe, Nicola. And I know you're struggling with people in your life, Hallie, but this is why you went through narcissistic abuse, my folks. It's just to prove to you that you are the all. You are the all. If you can just say this to yourself, I am the all, and confirm it with your breath. I am the all. I am the all. I am the all. Because we are. I am because you are. I'm sending you a bear hug too. So this is the message for today, dear family. That narcissistic abuse simply woke you up to the truth of your power, G-Man. You all, we are the all. I am divine. Kat, I know you were scammed, but remember that what you lost is less than what's coming for you if you maintain this harmony with your truth, this place of love, because love is the strongest weapon, Michael. Michael, you're changing lives already, and I know you're going to change many more lives from your awakening. So, folks, just remember that the all just wanted you to realize that you are the all, and for you to know it, not just believe it. And what better way to know it than to go through the storm? Because I always say this, a still ocean doesn't make for a skillful sailor. So embrace your initiation and embrace the fact that you are a light being, here to shine your light, not to preach, to be. And as you come into this alignment with your truth, the Dharma will support you. This is how powerful you are as a creator. You are a creator like me. I am the creator. I am the creator. I am the creator. I am. I appreciate you all. I appreciate you all. And wherever you are on the planet today, shine your light. We just created world peace. Just a few of us here. And each one of us is connected to one other person. And that one person is connected to another. Do you see how it happens? This is how one love spreads. Kambi. So until next time, on Monday, I'll be back. Just keep Danke He's just keep doing the right thing for you. Keep healing yourself. G-Man, I really appreciate you, my brother. And I send you one love wherever you are. Truly. And before I go, I just got to end with this. You see, the trick is to remember that you are to fear nothing or no one. This is Fear No One by Salt, SAULT. Fear no one. Fear no one. Fear no one. Fearless. Fear no one. Fear no one. Fear no one. Fear no one. Fear nothing. Fear nothing. Fear no one. God made the heavens. God made the sun. God made the devil. Don't judge no one. Keep going out there. Hustling daily. Surviving the darkness. Fear no one, people. One love from Seattle. Yeah? One love. This January 10th, 2025. One love. One love. One love. One love. As above, so below. As above, so below. One love. One love. One love. Thank you.